Good morning, friends. I am about to push play on my workout, but I wanted to pop in here really fast. So that means if any of you want to join me at 9 o'clock virtually, I have the Zoom pinned. You can hop on, you do your own workout. I'm not going to look at you, you don't look at me, but it's extra accountability if you need it. So if you follow my stories, I talked about this today, but I want to talk about it here because mindset is the key, most important part of this entire journey. I know a lot of you think it's just the movement and the nutrition and all that, but those are really, really vital, important parts of this journey. But I'm telling you, you have to do the mindset, heart set stuff. Like that's the stuff that matters most. This journey isn't overnight. Like you can't just start doing a workout and drinking superfoods and eating like you love yourself and expect to see massive results. Like I would love for you to, and I always want that, but you have to remember this is you doing the work every single day. It's those little tiny compound actions that sometimes seem insignificant if you do them or don't do them. It's a slippery slope, right? That's why it's so critical to do the mindset work. It's not, I want you to have something driving you that is greater than changing the number on the scale or the size of your clothes. Like obviously that's data. It's a reflection of the work you're doing, but the mindset stuff freaking matters. So every single morning I have a morning routine. If you don't have a morning routine, you can make this your nighttime routine too, whatever. But I know for years, even though I was a morning person, I wasn't getting up ahead of my kids. And so my entire day was reactive. Like I didn't prioritize that time to get up and put on my own oxygen mask and prime my pump and get into the mindset that I needed to be in. So instead it was like I woke up and it was breakfast and this and that. And especially if you have little kids or you're rushing to get out the door, that morning, the morning vibe sets the feeling for the whole day, right? So I'm challenging you this week to kind of look at your morning routine and see how you're showing up. If there's a little tiny area that you can tweak, it's not about you spending hours, okay? I'm not telling you to get up like an hour earlier. If you can, that's great. It's even just 5 or 10 minutes, just setting that intention that your alarm goes off, or if you wake up naturally, you get out of bed and you do not get on your phone. Like this is your time to have a gratitude practice or to read your devotion or to say your affirmations or meditate or whatever. I don't work out first thing. I feel too stiff, but this is a different kind of workout. This is a spiritual, mental workout where it's all about your perspective and what we focus on grows. So if you get up and you immediately get on social or you immediately plug into the news, that negativity influences your day. That fear takes over, okay? So when I was new to this, I read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I love it and I highly recommend it. Kind of shares his philosophy and his own personal story, but basically it just inspired me to begin. So if you watch my morning routine, or other people's morning routines, that doesn't need to look like yours. Even if you're just adding in one little tiny thing, you guys, like that's you creating new habits. That's you cultivating a whole new mindset. That is you getting momentum on your journey. Doesn't need to look like anyone else's, but it's all about perspectives. That's what I found. So I have a gratitude practice. That is one of the parts of my morning routine that is a non-negotiable. If I don't do my gratitude in the morning, I am not a very nice person. Like I feel irritated, I feel crabby, I feel put upon, and forcing myself on some mornings, because some mornings is super easy, right? I just get this cheapo journal from Marshalls or Ross, like $4, you could use a notepad. I don't care, but I think it needs to be pen to paper, right? And you just brain dump. You brain dump everything you're grateful for. And some days it's super easy. Other days it takes me some time. So if you're like, this is really hard, it's okay. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And then it starts to kind of change, it shifts your mindset as you go throughout your day. You start to look for all the ways, all the things you can be grateful for. And it starts to transform your experiences. Like if something crappy happens, yes, you feel the crappiness in the moment and you feel that feeling. But after years of doing this every single day, I can tell you, it's kind of annoying, but if something crappy or not pleasant happens, I feel that. I'm human, I give into that, but it's like an instantaneous follow-up thought that I've cultivated, okay? I'm not like a freak of nature. I've done the work to make this a habit where it's like, okay, what's the lesson in this? Or what is the good in this? How can I write this in my gratitude practice for tomorrow? It sounds crazy, but I'm I'm proof that it does work. So challenging you to do that. So you have your gratitude practice, and if you already have that nailed down, I'm gonna layer in a second piece today. You can do them both. If they feel overwhelming, then you start with your gratitude. You can make this something you do in your car with your kids, on your commute, or to school. You could do it at the dinner table. Like, it doesn't have to be something you're writing every single morning, but I think practicing gratitude should be a non-negotiable in your life, especially if you're struggling with your mindset, especially if you're having a hard time getting started, or you're having a hard time staying excited and committed to your journey, because it's not about being motivated, it's all about momentum. And the way you get momentum is to do the work every single day. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be a gold star worthy effort, but just, it's a non-negotiable that I'm gonna show up to my journey, and I want you to take that on as well. Wherever you're at, whatever season you're in, if that means you push 5 minutes, you push play for 5 minutes. If that means you get outside for a walk, that's all victories, you guys. All of that adds up. I want you to celebrate that. That's how you get momentum. That's how you get the ball rolling, and you really start to see some traction in your life, okay? So we have the gratitude practice, and the second part is your book of proof. And this is something that I recently started doing, well, I think it was last spring. I don't know, everything runs together. It's all running together. But I used to always have vision boards. I would have these vision boards and I would look at them, but they started to just kind of become background noise. And it was like, well, someday. I'm not there yet. There's no proof, like whatever. It just felt so big. So I did this personal development course, and she talked about having all the different categories of your life. You have relationships, you have your personal health, you have what your home feels like, your finances, your career, I don't know, whatever is important to you, right? And then you just brain dump. Instead of having this beautiful statement, it's just brain dumped words, thoughts, feelings, ideas, what I want my ideal house to look like, what I want my ideal relationship to be like, you know, my healthiest, happiest, sexiest self, like what characteristics do all those things have? And I just brain dumped it. And then I put those in my gratitude journal, and every single morning, most mornings, I read through them. And I read, like, what are my big goals in life? What do I want? I want to pay off this. I want to pay off that. And I just read through it every single day. So it's front and center in my mind. And then I started this part, which is the magic of it. It's called your book of proof. So I have my journal, my $5 journal from Marshalls. 1 page is all gratitude, and the second page is my book of proof. And it's just 3 or 4 sentences, maybe less, maybe more, of ways that ideal life, that ideal vision is showing up, the ideal version of me or my relationship in my marriage, motherhood, the way it showed up yesterday. And I just write down a couple things. It's not like, you know, Pulitzer Prize worthy, but it's just reminding me that vision, that ideal dream freaking life, those results really aren't this pie in the sky thing. They're things that are unfolding right now, because I think so many of us get caught up in this idea that it's so far off, and that today's actions, today's intentions, today's effort doesn't actually matter, but it does. And I don't want you to be like overwhelmed, like, oh crap, it all adds up. It all adds up. So today, on this beautiful freaking Monday that you get to show up to your life, how will you own that? Like, what intentions will you run with? Start to look for all the things you can be grateful for. I'm really freaking grateful that everything hurts. My entire freaking body hurts. It's Shark Week. I'm grateful for hot showers. I'm grateful for flushing toilets. I'm grateful for all the things. Like, stop thinking it has to be this really like substantial, significant thing. Like, legit, I'm thankful for toilet paper almost every day. Aren't you thankful for toilet paper? I'm thankful that our pipes didn't freeze. I'm thankful for straws, because straws bring me joy. It's the stupid things in life, right? I'm so grateful that there's a big ass laundry pile waiting for me to fold it, because it means I have a family, and we have utilities, and we have like an abundance of money to buy apparently too many freaking clothes and pants, okay? So like, when you start to shift your perspective, it transforms everything. And then, what is your vision for your life? Who do you want to be? What kind of marriage do you want to have? What kind of parent do you want to be? What do you want your body to look like and feel like? Like, I have written on there that I have no inflammation in my body, that my neck feels really awesome, that, you know, my abs look good. Like, I have it written on there, and I just reread it every single day. And some days it's robotic. Some days it's going through the motions. But I really think that setting that intention is an important part of this whole process. So maybe you make that a before bedtime thing. I don't care. You make this work for you. What works for me doesn't have to be your jam, but it's such an important part to be working on your mindset. It's not just enough to go through the motions and to eat really awesome, to eat super clean and to move your body. Like, it's the mindset stuff, because whatever is happening on the inside manifests itself on the outside. True freaking story. So tell us how you show up today. Use the accountability group that you're plugged into. There's like 3 different ways. We have a free group running right now. We have the Facebook group and we have a bot group. So if you're like not into hanging out on social media, if it feels stressful and heavy and it's just not the kind of stuff you want, well then find the space that works for you. I even freaking share stuff on Instagram. So accountability is really what you make of it. I can give you the tools, I can give you the structure, I can give you all the support, but if you're unwilling to plug into the accountability, that's on you. If you're scared of transforming your life, why? Don't be scared. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have it all figured out. It doesn't have to be this overnight thing. This is you working on your best, happiest, healthiest, sanest version of you. That's all it is. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's, and it really, quite frankly, shouldn't look like anyone else's, because you're the only you living the specific life. You're the only you. You're the only freaking version of you. So show up for it today. Stop making excuses. Lean into those dark areas that maybe you feel really overwhelmed with. You know what the fastest way to deal with overwhelm is? Just to freaking begin. So gratitude practice, writing out your vision and having a book of proof, and just committing, I almost said forcing, because some days I do force myself, just committing to looking for those ways that that version of yourself is showing up every single day. I guarantee you it's a game changer. And that's what this is all about. It's just about you leveling up your life one baby step at a time. So I'm gonna go push play on my workout. I believe in you. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and this is the perfect opportunity to set your sails and to commit to whatever it is you're committing to. Fresh week, fresh intentions, what happened last week, what happened last month, what happened last year. None of that has a place here at this table, okay? This is just you running your own race. So show up to it today. What can you be grateful for today? How do you want to show up? What does the happiest, healthiest, most fun, joyful version of you look like? And then how can you take teeny tiny actions today to become her? Because I know you're capable and 100% able to become her. I believe in you.